Let me introduce the setting of MXXXT Ethernet I/O module. First of all, the MXXXT I/O module and computer can be connected to the same router, or connect I/O module to the computer directly through network cable. If connect I/O module to the computer directly, the IP address of the computer needs to be fixed. The default IP of the I/O module is 192.168.1.1.1.0, so IP and gateway of the computer should be in the same network segment. Next, open the configuration software. First, click Device Search to search the MXXXT I/O module. Here is device, IP, type, and version. Double-click device IP. Password is 1234. Return to the system settings after the login. Click Loading Data when data loading successfully. Check this. First, it is the Modbus device ID of device, from 1 to 27. The device name can be changed as well. Here is the analog input setting. You can choose different mode for each channel. The factory default is 4 to 20 mA. This is a range of it. If it is a temperature sensor, you can set the maximum temperature and minimum temperature. When choosing the mode, you must match it with the device label. There are several dip switch. The mode must work with that dip switch. The digital input type are normal mode and counter mode. If choose counter mode, the first channel can be used as a high-speed pulse counter, and the other channels can be used as low-speed pulse counter. If choose normal mode, it can read the digital input status. Here is an option when digital input in counter mode. Next is the digital output status. DO can be controlled by configuration software, or it can be used as a pulse output. You can also add in a relay for controlling. And MXXXT support RTD, using PT100 or 1000 to monitor the temperature. The analog output support 0 to 10 voltage output. The Ethernet setting. We can choose user specifies the IP address. The IP address and gateway of the device can be fixed, and there are subnet mask and DNS parameter. There is Modbus TCP listening port when our device acts as Modbus TCP server. Click Modbus over TCP active connection stance, so device will connect to the server automatically. We can choose protocols here. If choose Modbus RTU, fill in the server IP domain name, port, login message, heartbeat message. Server strategy choose send once when login server means it will send the registration packet only once when device connects to the server. No data packets are sent during data transmission. And heartbeat interval, resend times, reconnection time. If choose MQTT, fill in server domain name, port, subscribe topic, publish topic, automatic data upload cycle, client ID, and username, password. The password is used for authentication when connecting to the server. And you can choose MQTT data retransmission. When the device cannot connect to the server, the data will saved in the device. After the network is restored or the server is connected normally, the data can be retransmitted to the server. Next is Modbus TCP slave setting. When our device acts as Modbus TCP master, can add 5 Modbus TCP slave. Add slave in here. 03 function code. Start address is 0. Number is 2. Mapped address is 104. Choose the port. It depends on collection target. If the slave is port 1, then choose port 1 and add it. When our I/O module acts as Modbus master, according to this, address is 2. Function code is 03. Start from 0. 2. Mapped address, and choose the collection target. When our I/O module acts as Modbus slave, the host computer and Modbus master can read the AI, AO, DI, DO, RTD from I/O module by RS485. That is the difference between master and slave. If we add the slave and receive data from it successfully, we can view the value in here. And this is the system log. Read the log of device operation. We can judge the working status of the device, such as connecting to the server and restart. So I introduced the basic setting, like how to choose the mode, range, and Ethernet setting, like device, IP, gateway, and how to connect to Modbus and MQTT server, and slave setting. At last, let's take a look at the menu at the top. There are login, change password, save data, loading data, read log. Time and MAC address, including MAC address of our device, the time, and device ID. Device ID is used when we upgrade the firmware of the device. The MAC address can be changed. If there is a conflict with the MAC address of other devices, you can modify it here, then solve the data. After all the parameters are modified, the device must be powered off and restarted, manually powered off and restarted. This is important. Device search is search the device. Load file and save file. Languages include Chinese and English. Beilai technology established in 2005. Customers in more than 190 countries and regions. Specializes in designing and manufacturing industrial IoT gateways, edge computing gateways, industrial I/O module, 4G industrial routers, etc. Making IoT and automation easier.